Good morning, everybody. It's Trish Palmer here, Limestone Coast Master Hypnotherapist. I hope that you enjoyed last week's video on how to create an introduction that rocks. If you didn't catch it, you can watch it again at any stage on the Facebook page, or it will be available to download for free off my webpage, www.trishpalmer.com. There's a PDF that goes with it as well. You can find it in the files section on the Facebook page. So today's episode is 3 simple steps to get your clients to engage in your advertising. There's a lot of advertising out there, and there's a lot of really bad stuff. So when it comes to your particular market and your people, then you've got to know how to advertise it correctly to your market. If there's anybody out there, shoot me a comment below. I love to know that you're out there, and I can just say, hi, how you going? So there's 3 simple steps to advertising. Your first step is absolutely crucial to nail it so that your clients can engage in your post. Your clients, when it comes to the hypnotherapy realm, are already quite stressed out. They've got so much information coming in their minds, or they've gone numb. So they actually don't want to do anything anymore. So when it comes to work, especially working with clients with anxiety or depression, they don't really want to watch an ad that goes for 2-3 minutes. They don't even want to watch an ad that goes for like 30 seconds. They are just so sick and tired of the same old, and they've got so much information coming in and out that their thoughts are all over the place. So you don't want to bog down your client with too much advertising. You want to keep it short, sharp, and sweet. And that's why these 3 steps are so fantastic. You can also use these 3 steps, not just with hypnosis and psychology, but with lots of other advertising. But make sure that you engage step number 1 every single time. So let's do this. The 3 simple steps, they're broken down like this. First step is the pain. What sort of pain is your client facing? So what sort of pain are they struggling with? What are they going through? Find your market niche. I specialize in irritable bowel syndrome, and I target like the social side, so the social anxiety side and the embarrassment side. So I will say things like, are you suffering from IBS, the stomach cramps, things like that. So really focus on the pain side that your client will be facing. If you're not quite sure what the pain side of that your client is facing, then write down what your perfect client would be. Is it an anxiety client? Is it a phobia client? Is it a quit smoking client? And then work out, put yourself in their shoes, work out what kind of pain and turmoil you would be facing when it comes to those particular clients. The second step is the path. What services and what training do you have? How can you help these people? You're going to give them a path to walk on, because if they don't have any sort of a path, then, you're just going to be another ad that they scroll past, and there's no one out there to help me. I've tried everything. It just goes on and on and on. And the third one is the plan. So what is your plan? How can you work with your client together to solve the problem, to solve the pain, to get rid of this anguish that they're suffering from? So you need a plan, and you need to be consistent with that plan. Don't change it for one and a bit for another and all that sort of stuff. Stick to the plan. Be consistent. It's the same as branding. So, for example, I have my tree of life up in the corner. That's my branding. Be consistent with your branding. Be consistent with your plan. So let's break it down a little bit further. So the pain. Step number 1. When you do your advertising, the first step to engage your client without sounding like you're being salesy or cheesy or anything like that is to target what sort of pain that your client is facing. Write down the pain words that are to do with your perfect client. Like I said, I specialize in hypnosis for irritable bowel syndrome. So my list of pain words consists of stomach pain. Are you suffering from stomach pain? Do you have constant cramping after eating? Are you suffering from embarrassing diarrhea or constipation? Do you have extremely smelly gas? Engage your client. They need to feel this pain so that they know that there's a problem, and they're hypnotizing themselves when they talk, when they're reading your ad. So they're actually they're looking deep inside themselves. If you can add a picture to your ad, make sure it's a picture of the pain, because you're trying to engage them, and you're trying to get them to relate to you. So they're trying to make a connection with you on some level. They need to make this connection so that they know that there's a problem there and that it needs to be worked on. So use all your words. So write down your perfect client and the area that you want to specialize in, and then write down all the pain words that are associated with it, all the problems that are associated with it. Pick out 2 or 3 of those major words that really stand out. If you can get a picture on your ad, that is even more compelling. Like they say, the picture tells 1,000 words. And as you can see from the picture on my post here, I've got a gentleman and he's like, oh, he's got the stomach cramps. And then I wrote down the bottom, suffering from IBS. Now, if you have IBS, I don't need to write irritable bowel syndrome there, because if you have IBS, then you know you have IBS. It's a very private matter. However, in your post, depending on your perfect client, make sure you write suffering from anxiety. Is depression a problem? Would you like to quit smoking? So really focus on that pain. Your next step out of the 3rd step program is the path. What sort of training do you have? Now, don't bombard your client with the training side, just that's sort of like the second part of it, but write down all the things that you expertise in so that you can help relieve the pain. So, for example, I specialize in irritable bowel syndrome. So my list of path words are as follows. So relieve, IBS. Would you like relief from IBS? Would you like to relax again? Would you like to eat without fear? And then I also include a statistic. Hypnosis is proven to help. If you can provide a statistic and then you can back it up with a data link, it really helps with your prestige. So it shows that you're a professional, that you know what you're doing, and it can really, really amplify that you're out here to really help people. So if you can include a picture of yourself, that's really good, because get yourself a nice clean image. It doesn't matter whether you took it with your iPhone or whether you got a professional to do it or anything like that. It doesn't matter. Make sure it's a nice clean image. Your hair is done, your face is clean. People like to aspire to people to help them. They are looking for professionals in the industry that know the answers and can provide the path and the solution. They are looking for someone who can instruct them in what to do. A lot of people think that they know what they want, but then they don't know what they want. It's like going into a shop and saying, so would you like a sandwich? Cheese, carrot, lettuce, beetroot. And all of a sudden you've forgotten all your options and you have to start again. So they're looking for a professional that knows what they're doing. I also run an irritable bowel course with hypnosis. And the reason why I do this is because I want people to specialize something in the industry rather than flim-flamming around with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So when you do your path advertising, if you can provide a picture of yourself so people can relate to you, so they can look at you and go, oh, wow, she knows what she's doing, then that's really great as well. If you can't, then you need to provide how your training will solve this problem for them. So what is the path that they need to take? What are the path words so that you can relieve this problem? So if you were working with, say, anxiety clients, you would say something along the lines, would you like to feel more confident? Would you like to relax more? Would you like to go out without feeling fear? So write down all those words. Only use 3 or 4 of them, because anywhere past 3 or 4 sentences, people tend to lose their direction a little bit. So it's exactly, and then the perfect example that I ever heard was like giving someone directions. So whenever you do any of your advertising, you only use 2 or 3 listed words. And that's because when you think of when you go out and you're learning a new direction, somebody will say, you go down to the end of the street, you turn left, you go all the way up. On the third right, you'll come to a roundabout near a church. Don't take that road. When you get past there, you then go left again, and then up near the lake. And then all of a sudden, you're just getting to a stage where you're like, yep, yep, yep. And you're just agreeing. You're not actually taking in the information. So anywhere past the third and fourth point, people are actually zoning out, and they're not absorbing that information. And especially if you're working with hypnosis clients, because they've already got so much information inside their head that's driving them absolutely nuts, that they just want something quick, something smart, something snappy. So the path is the second step in your advertising. The third step in your advertising is the plan. Offer your client a solution. How are you going to help your client solve the pain and the problem? And don't give too many options, as it confuses the client. I have 2 ways for them to contact me when I do my advertising. I usually say call me or inbox me. I have seen it so many times. I use little symbols like Facebook and things like that, but I've seen it so many times. You can contact me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, blah, blah, blah. And the client just gets to a stage like, nah, oh, too much, I'm out. You can't overwhelm these clients. You need to engage them. So give them 2 simple offers so that they can actually contact you, and stick to that plan. Be consistent with it. So my example is I say call or inbox me. Majority of people will inbox me, and then I get their number, then I call them. And this is showing that I'm dedicated to them. So my system of success says call or inbox. You might prefer contact me on Facebook or contact me on Twitter. Only give 2 options. In the big companies and businesses and stuff like that, you walk up to the counter and they say to you, cash or card. They only give you those 2 options, and you have to make the decision on one of them. If you give too many options, people just get overwhelmed. They don't know what they want. They're very indecisive. And then the worst part is that as the indecisiveness kicks in, the anxiety kicks in, or the depression, or they just can't be bothered because I'm too tired today, or I've had enough of this, I just can't do it. So only give 2 options. So read mine down there. It's in the red. Call or inbox me today for your free hypnosis consultation. Then I'll use my introduction. Trish Palmer, Limestone Coast Master Hypnotherapist. This is to create professionalism, rapport, and prestige. Now let's break that down just a tiny bit further. Why did I use these particular words in my plan section? So you can break this down even smaller. You need to put in an action word. You must always put in an action word. People need instructions when they're having these problems. They need to be told what it is that they are going to do and how they're going to go about it. They're so overwhelmed, they're indecisive, they just need that little bit of a nudge. You're not controlling the person, you're just trying to put them into action mode so that they will be doing something. I then provide a value word. So I provide the value word of free. I do free consultations. They are worth every single cent. And 90% of those free consultations are people who actually end up signing up for my program. And those that don't, they usually come back 2 to 3 months later. They give me a call and they're like, yep, Trish, I want to do it. So I'm creating the value word. So free. So it's only taking up a little bit of their time. There's no deposits or anything like that. They just come in, we have a bit of a chat. It creates prestige and rapport so that we can relate with each other. I then create a prestige word, and that's where hypnosis consultation comes in. So that's your professional prestige word. And that's because there's no point in me saying, call or inbox today to book your free consultation. you have to treat people like they don't know what's going on, like they're complete idiots and they don't know what's going on. So you say the word hypnosis consultation. If you're a beauty therapist and you're coming through to watching these videos, then you'll say your free beauty consultation or waxing consultation. So make sure you put in that professional, that prestige word, so that it sticks in their mind. What'll also happen is if they don't get into action, that'll also stick in their mind, so that when they're out and about, next time they hear something like that, they're like, oh, hypnosis free. Yep, I remember that. So it sticks in their mind. Then you put in who you are, because there's a lot of people out there that don't put in who they are, and you'll say, oh, who was that by? And they're like, oh, I don't know. So you put in who you are, and then you put in your introduction that rocks, aka more prestige. Be consistent with your introduction. Make sure you plug it, you plug it, you plug it, you plug it. Be really consistent so that it gets into people's mind. There's a reason why restaurants like McDonald's and KFC keep doing the same stuff over and over and over. And it's because if they fall out of the ranks, then all of a sudden people are going to forget about them and they're not going to make the sales that they're looking for. So when you want to break it down a little bit further, include an action word. Call me today. Today, not tomorrow, not yesterday. Call me in the future doesn't really work. Today. Because if you catch that person when they're in step one, when they're in that pain, they're like, nah, I've had enough of this. I'm having a really rough day, and they're seeing your ad and they're like, oh, yeah, that's totally me. I've got stomach cramps. I can't control my bowel movement. And this woman looks like a real professional. Yep, that's it. I'm doing it today. So they're engaging with themselves. So get them, put in your action word, call me today. Then put in your value word for a free consultation. Or you might say it's only $10 deposit. Put in your value word. I love the word free because it engages people. Everybody wants something for free, and you've got to give them something. And then put in your professional and your prestige word. So hypnosis, beauty, professional, personal trainer, whatever your professional word is. So stick that right in there, and then make sure you have your introduction that rocks. Be consistent with your branding. Now take all of your words and sentences and play with them. So take all of your pain words, absolutely all of them, and work out which ones sit right for your clients. So take them all, choose the top 2 or 3, and then that's step 1 of your advertising. Then write down all of your passwords, so how you're going to help with the problem, and choose 2 or 3 of the top ones, the ones that really resonate with you, the ones that you know that you're strong with, that you're confident with, that you can really, really help your client with. And then the last part, write down your plan of success. So you break it down, your 2 ways of contacting, your value words, your prestige, and your rapport. What it is exactly that they will be getting when they contact you. Make sure your client can really, really engage with this, because if there's any sort of confusion, it's known as the bounce. If you can't engage your client within 3 seconds, then they'll be out. So make sure you really engage your client and make sure that their way of contacting you is very, very clear. That recently I was asked to donate some money online towards the Well Street Theatre, which is a local theatre group here. And I thought, yeah, I would like to do that, because they were looking for new chairs to be sponsored in their theatre. And it's a very small group. There's only like 10 or 11 of them in this group, and they are struggling. And I thought, yeah, no worries, I'll do that. So they had gone to this page and they'd sent me a link. And honestly, even I did the same thing, and I know better. After probably clicking 2, maybe 3 times, I couldn't find the link for the Wall Street Theatre. It was too complex. It was too convoluted. It wasn't user-friendly. And I was like, nah, bugger this, I'm out. I can't be bothered. I'd rather put my money somewhere else. If you can't make it simple, then people will leave. We're in a 3-second society these days, and if you can't engage your client within 3 seconds, then they just won't do it. They really won't. Like, nah, too hard. It's the same as videos. If your video doesn't load within 1 to 2 seconds, all of a sudden they're having a meltdown. Why is the internet so slow? So make sure that you engage your client. So write down your pain so that they can relate with themselves. The path. What path can you help them with? And then the plan of success. The pain is always done first so that the client can connect with themselves, so they can relate with the picture or relate with the words. They then connect with the possibility of there is a path, there is a solution to this problem if they're willing to try it. And then finally, they connect with you as someone who has a plan of success, someone who can really help them. And that's your 3 steps right there. It's very simple. Really engage in the pain part because you want to suck your client in without sounding too salesy. And then you want to put them on a path and show them what your plan of success is. And it's really that simple. So, time for some freebies. I love freebies. You can download this episode for free at trishpalmer.com. There will also be a PDF available if you would like it. I will be adding it to the file section on the Facebook page. So download the episode for free. If you're struggling with finding a link or anything like that, let me know. I'll help you out. There is also a free sleep hypnosis script available in our store under the category of scripts. So go grab yourself a copy and enjoy it. Use it with some of your clients. When it comes to the sleep hypnosis script, there are quite a few clients that I've actually done free sessions with just to get them started into the hypnosis scene. So I have actually run days in the month where I'll take in 4 or 5 people and I'll be like, hey, come and try hypnosis. And it only takes like half an hour. And I say to them, I'm just going to give you a relaxing sleep hypnosis and I'm going to take you through that. And it's so that people can experience it. I also then have a donations bowl on my desk so that if anybody wants to donate any money, they can. And I choose a group each month that I donate that money to. So last month it was the Wet Nose Society. The month before that I donated it to the fire brigade so the little kids could have their uniforms done. So you're creating a community spirit as well. So it's really, really lovely. So go and grab that hypnosis script. It's available in our store and it's completely free. So next week's episode is all about group sessions. So the way that you can actually run your business with the same amount of time, but you can make more money. And it's just wonderful. And like I said before, you can do introductory sessions as well. And it only takes like half an hour. If you've got the seating to do it, you can do more seats if you want. I only have the capacity to take in 4 or 5 at a time. So I do a group session and I'll do that over 6 or 8 weeks. So group sessions are a great way to spread your message to more people and to make more money in less time. And it's very easy to do. Make sure you've got time to sit down and listen to this one because it's going to be quite a large video. So you'll need to grab a pen and paper for that one because it is big. And group sessions are just fantastic. You can engage your client. You'll be surprised how many people I get in for the group session and then they end up signing up for something else because they realize hypnosis can help with something else besides from sleep or quit smoking or weight loss. So, and it's just fantastic. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you really enjoyed this video. So your 3 simple steps for advertising are the path, the pain, the path, and the plan. That's all you need. Keep it really, really simple. Keep it short. Keep it sharp. Just keep it really simple. So keep it simple and get yourself out there. Get yourself onto some Facebook ads, give away some free flyers, anything that you could possibly get out there, get it out there. I got some little flyers printed up not long ago. If you just give me a second, I'll find them. I got these flyers printed up not long ago, and I put them down at my local deli, which is just down the road. And because it's amazing the people that they get going through that deli, especially smokers, and especially a lot of people with anxiety and depression that don't drive and things like that. So I went and put these down in my local deli, and I have to keep taking them down there because people keep taking them. One of the best forms of advertising. And all I did was phone now for your free consult. And these are the pain, the path, and the plan right there. And it's really simple. I got them off Vistaprint. I think it was like maybe $20 for 100 of them, and they just keep flying out the window. I also keep these in my car so that when somebody says to me, "Hey Trish, what do you do?" I'll say, "I'm Limestone Coast Master Hypnotherapist." And they'll go, "Oh, really? Hypnosis?" I'm like, "Yes, I specialize in irritable bowel syndrome, anxiety, and helping people with depression." And then they'll say, "Oh, wow, my sister has depression." I'll say, "Oh, so what's your sister's name?" Creating prestige and rapport. And they'll say, "My sister's name is Sandra, and she's had it for years." And I'll say, "Oh, would you like a free consult? I'll go grab you a card out of my car." And I give them this. This is a postcard size. I don't give them a business card because business cards get lost really, really easily, and they get on the car floor or they get thrown in the bowl with the keys and stuff like that. Where this is bigger than a business card, it's kind of annoying, but it's fantastic. People don't throw this away. And this is the kind of thing that even when you fold it up and you throw it somewhere, it sticks out. So these are fantastic. So jump on Vistaprint, grab yourself some of these, but remember to put in your path. So put in your 3 steps: the pain, the path, and the plan. Stick to the plan. I offer free consults. Stick to that plan and go put them somewhere where there's a lot of traffic. The deli down the road is a really great place for this because there's heaps of quit smokers going in for their hit. And that lady behind the deli counter, she's promoting you because you've gone down there and you've said hello, you've introduced yourself, told them that you were local in the area, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, you've said you wanted to quit smoking before. Here, take this, take this." So make friends with your local deli because they can be one of your best free advertisers. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Join me next week for group sessions. You will need some time and a pen and paper for that one because it is huge. All right, guys, join me next week. Have fun. See ya.